The new Red Dead Online update changed so much about gunfights and combat, and last week I showed off some of these new changes in a special little video, but there was even more detail that we needed to go into, but I just didn't have the time for in a standard video format. But some of the biggest changes were actually to weapons and how they perform in Red Dead Online. And while doing my daily live streams on Twitch, I was noticing larger changes to weapons themselves, besides the rate of fire, reload speed, and sprint out time, etc., being changed for all weapons across the board due to the mechanic changes. But in this video, we're going to be taking a look at one weapon that in my opinion changed for the most, and a weapon that changed for the better, and now I'm excited to call it, at least for me, the new best weapon in Red Dead Online. Why? Because it was just not worth using before. The hit detection on this weapon was awful, you were always missing headshots on players, and even the headshots on animals when I went out hunting or on enemy NPCs on missions and such, and the poor hit detection combined with an incredibly slow rate of fire that always felt like you were trying to fight against how the game wanted the weapon to perform, it just made it an experience that I wanted to stay away from entirely. But now, with these new changes, oh boy is this thing fierce. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing off to you guys the weapon that probably underwent the most changes and perhaps became one of the best weapons in the entire game. So drop a like if you guys do go on to enjoy today's video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at HazardousHDTV to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest Red Dead Redemption 2 news and information. I also want to mention I am live every single day on Twitch.tv, so if you are in the market for daily Red Dead Online live streams, you can always have a channel that's excited to have a conversation and play Red Dead Online with you. The weapon we are going to be talking about is the bolt action rifle. This rifle is amazing now. Like I said earlier, the hit detection, especially for headshots, was so bad for me, I just couldn't stand using it. And for comparison, everyone has their own favorite weapon that they like to use, and I'm sure you've tried to fire it when you were completely out of health, stamina, and deadeye cores, right? You know how it's a lot harder to hit shots without just adjusting your playstyle at all. And well, this is exactly what I felt like firing the bolt action rifle before that 1.11 patch on September 10th. But now, this is not a weapon I leave my camp without. I feel naked without using this weapon. The increased rate of fire is something that makes this thing super awesome. Not only are you faster in firing shot to shot because you can pull the bolt back quicker, but there's also no lag after pulling the bolt back itself as well. And what I mean by that is even before this patch, even if you were slow in pulling the bolt back on the weapon, and that's why I didn't enjoy using it so much, there was this slight delay. You put that bolt back in place, the next round was loaded into the magazine, but then there was a delay on the fire. Even if you pulled the trigger, nothing happened, and you had to press it again in order to fire it, and that may have made you miss some shots because your timing was off with the weapon. Well, now, pretty much as soon as you pull that bolt back, you can fire the next round, and so forth until you go through all of your 5 shots, and that is why I think it's a lot better. That is just one of the things, and we're going to talk about a few others here. So the increased rate of fire is definitely one of them. Like I said, faster shot to shot, and also no lag after pulling the bolt back, but we also have an increased reload speed. Pretty much this weapon, the reload speed was doubled in speed just like every other weapon. This was an across-the-board change with the new gunfight and mechanic changes here in Red Dead Online version 1.11. And this weapon, it's super fast because it wasn't necessarily so slow before, but it was slow reload for it only being 5 shots, and you were very limited in the amount that you could shoot. And so being able to reload this weapon super fast now makes it a weapon that you could be more aggressive with. You can actually try and rush around with this weapon. I still wouldn't advise it. It definitely shines at longer range, but now it has that up close damage as well, and that faster rate of fire and the faster reload speed to allow a more aggressive player to use this weapon and not gonna feel like they're gonna get punished for using it because of all those things that were bogging the player down. This is definitely a weapon that you can feel comfortable rushing around with, and you can actually get the job done with. But I would also probably attach a shotgun to your loadout just in case you get into those up close and personal situations, because I would much rather have a repeater or a shotgun for rushing around than a rifle no matter what, but you can use it in that way if you want to. We also have the improved hit detection. Maybe the bloom was modified slightly as well. The weapon just feels like it has further range and is more accurate. Although the statistics bar didn't really change, the weapon feels like it's actually doing its job as a rifle, and it's not just a gun that you would fire and miss with while you were using it. And that's how I felt before this patch, but now after, I can truly say that this is one of my favorites. But with all that said and out of the way, that is everything here that is up on deck for my new best weapon video here in Red Dead Online. These new gunfight and combat mechanics make the game so much more enjoyable and playable in my opinion, and with each passing week, they make so much more sense for the replayability of the game in my opinion. I just wanted to give my thoughts and feedback here on this and let you guys know a little bit about where I am with this. I'm having fun with it right now, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'd like to get your thoughts on this, however. All of us have our own little favorite choices of playstyle and guns and what works and what doesn't, so let me know what you think of this. If you guys disagree, agree, whatever it is, your opinions are totally valid and I respect each and every one of them. With that said, let me know your thoughts. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2. I got you covered with the best of updates, news, information, tips, tricks, leaks, and all of that good stuff, and also Grand Theft Auto Online and The Last of Us Part 2 content. Can't forget about those. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram to also get connected with me outside of YouTube, you can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of those links can be found in the description down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos. All right, so we're gonna do one of these bounties and just test out this rifle. It looks like we could do this tier 2. Thomas Sunford, wanted dead or alive, a former member of the Silverwater gang, and a reward awaits the one who brings in justice for this wanted murderer. So we are going to be doing this objective, the tier 2 bounty here in Strawberry, or at least one of the tier 2s. We're gonna see where it's gonna take us. I think it's gonna make us black screen. Oh, nope, we're just gonna be able to get it. I'm glad that they somewhat fixed these glitches. I'm not too sure if they've totally fixed them. A lot of you guys in the comments are telling me that the bounty hunter is still bugged, and I've gotten it a couple times, but it has been better since they brought out that patch Wednesday. You know, I also just want to show you guys, I've been in this solo lobby for a while. Like, somehow I've just been in the solo lobby. So I don't know if there's something to do about it. Like, I think what I did was I just did a bounty and it was glitched, and then I just kept doing bounties, and I like ended up keeping myself in a solo lobby. So that's pretty good. Whenever you guys get that black screen issue, that's when you guys are actually getting put into a solo lobby for the mission. But nonetheless, we're making our way over to Aurora Basin over by Tall Trees to do this bounty. I hope we can get into some gunfights so I could show off this bolt action rifle to you guys. I'm gonna hunt some animals along the way too, so you can see kind of exactly how this weapon performs. I could just kill the NPCs too, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go this way because it is actually quicker to take this shortcut. But if we can find some animals along the way too. Oh, wait, well, I mean, shooting turkeys in the head is a little bit different than shooting NPCs or players, but you could just see how this weapon actually connects the shots. Before, this didn't happen for me. Like, this weapon feels like a dream for me, in my opinion. And the range is pretty good on it as well. Wow, okay. So, easy flick to get that shot. My poor horse is freaking out, but these guys lost their lives today. I ran into one, and then the other guy shot at me, so I killed him too. And that's just how the cookie crumbles, right? But you can actually hit shots pretty well. Like, I feel like some people in the comments have to resonate with where I'm coming from with this weapon. A lot of people swore by the bolt action as being their weapon to use, but now, at least with the new mechanic changes, even if you didn't like it before, even if you loved this weapon before, it definitely feels a lot better to use because they completely buffed the rate of fire, the reload speed. I mean, this wasn't specific for the bolt action. It was for weapons across the board. But the bolt action rifle went from being like, you know, an okay weapon to use to being like, you need to use this, always have it, never put it in your gun locker. If you're putting it in your gun locker, you're making a bad decision, you know? Should be arriving here soon. I'm trying to use my eagle eye to see exactly where they are. It looks like this is going to be one of those search ones, maybe. Oh, man, I was hoping we would be able to get into some gunfights, like, right away. But looks like that is not the case. We are going to be searching the area. And I have a feeling of where... I know where this guy is going to be. I ran past where he could have been. But here, let me just... I mean, it's just so... I couldn't do this before with the bolt action, dudes. Like, I could not get headshots on deer like that. You know, it would just not work. I would always miss, especially with the deer. The head bobbing animations on these deer when they would be running away was crazy. I would typically, you know, you'd have to time it right. But at the same time, I just could never time it right using this weapon. Whereas if I was using the bow, I would be fine using the Springfield rifle, a repeater. Of course, you don't want to shoot a deer with a repeater, but just those types of things. I could get a kill, no problem on deer, but when I use the bolt action rifle, it just didn't matter. But now it's so good. I'm also trying to just totally ignore the clues and just find the person itself. Again, even on these like elk as well, this weapon's great. But yeah, so I'm just trying to find this target without actually using the clues. I should just do it because I probably could have found him by now, but I felt like I could have been faster if I just ran around, but it looks like we're gonna need to go searching a little bit longer. I'm sure we will find him in a second. He's got to be down here. I feel like he's gonna be down here at this ledge somewhere. Maybe Oh, maybe not. We have another dig site here. This place is great. Just doing this one bounty is gonna make me find 2 collectibles. I found a wisteria flower, one of the wildflowers, and I just dug something up. I want to see what we're gonna get. There's a lot of cool locations for this stuff. If you guys want to know the locations for like every single thing in this game without needing to just explore, if you just want to go from place to place, get coins, different things, every collectible is on a 3-day cycle. And so it's just up to you to find which day we're on. Right now we are currently on day 3 in the cycle, and at 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is going to switch back to day 1. So if you guys want to find all the locations, a lot of people on Discord have been doing a lot of work sourcing these maps and things like that, and you guys can find that stuff on my Discord server as well. Big shout out to Kiwi, who's been helping out with the coin like marathon route, essentially the map of all the coin locations, as well as other collectibles, like every single collection in the game that you could possibly get. It's on our Discord server, and the link is down below in the description. So it looks like we're just gonna be finding these clues ourselves. We're gonna need to run around and see where everything is, but I'm gonna try and go for this headshot. Boom. It's just so quick now. Like, look how fast you pull the bolt back on this thing. I mean, that's with every weapon, but specifically like the bolt action. You could just take things out of the sky. The sprint out time is amazing. It's just bam, you're looking, you're ADSing, you're in that full-on sprint, and boom, you're aiming. Greatly increased from before. This weapon, it just feels amazing. I also shouldn't have skinned this thing. This is a 3-star. I should have just put it on my horse. I'm pretty sure I have max materials at my camp though, so I'm not too worried. And I would like my horse to come over here and not just sit over there where he was. Oh, here's the clue back here as well. Nice. Let's just go. We're gonna drop this pelt real quick so we can actually focus on this clue and inspect it. I like how your guy just kind of kneels on the ground. He's like, yep, I know exactly where he went. Like, I don't see any footprints or just anything. How are we supposed to know where this target went? Just by whatever he's looking at on the ground? I didn't even see what he's looking at. Is that like, that's an animal hide right there. What does that let my character know about the location of this man? I'm so confused. Let's just go in here. See, I literally went over to this cabin right here. I went over here to check. Don't tell me he's like somewhere. I don't even know. We have another clue. Boom. He's got some bottles. He was getting drunk, and now he's about to get captured and brought to justice. I gotta see where he went. Okay, he went over here. Oh, he went in 2 different directions. Okay, I see you, man. I see. Well, let's go this way. Let's follow the clues. My character's got to run. He's like really bumbly and slow right now. Don't tell me he was behind this rock the whole time. No, he wasn't. Just blast him real quick. Let's see. Boom. It's a one-shot anyway, but like this weapon just feels so greatly improved. You guys definitely want to make sure you could use it here in this game. Okay, he's up here. I hear him. We finally found him. He was up on top of this hill. I had no idea. He was just camping out here. What's up, bud? You drinking? Well, get on the ground. We're bringing you to jail, son. All right, here we go. Now, the unfortunate thing about these bounties is, look at the timer. It reset on us. It gives you a certain amount of time to find the guy, and then once you find him, the mission timer actually starts. And this is the one you got to look at, and this is the one you got to drag down to the last 3 minutes to get the highest payout. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. You could do either or. All depends on how productive you want to be with these missions, dude. I thought he was about to die right there, and I was about to be so pissed if I had to do another mission. I just want to get this thing done. I want to get into some gunfights with you. All right, we're going to show you exactly what this bolt action is all about, though. All right, finally, we got some enemies to shoot. Bam, you lost your head, son. And even my horse was getting in the way. I couldn't quite turn around fast enough to get that guy. This weapon, though, it's so quick. I don't know. Just please let me know down in the comments. Do you guys find yourself hitting more shots with this weapon? I truly do. I feel like this weapon was greatly improved. It is nothing like it was before. I just did not enjoy using it before, and now it is my dream gun to use. It is just so good. It's powerful. It's got the range. It also helps out a ton with the tier 5 legendary Barbarella Alcazar bounty. Like, I would prefer using the bolt action, doing that bounty, as opposed to using a repeater or even the Springfield rifle, because the Springfield rifle was nerfed. It has a severe damage drop off at range, which kind of upsets me because that kind of defeats the purpose of a rifle, right? Like, you're supposed to use it at long range. It's supposed to have stopping power at long range. It's not supposed to be used to just barrel stuff people like a repeater and be a gun you want to rush around with. But nonetheless, the bolt action is still a very solid weapon in my opinion. Before we drop them off, I just want to show you guys real quick just kind of why this thing is so good, right? So I showed you the sprint out time. Also, the bolt cocking is a lot quicker. It's like this on every single weapon, but specifically for the bolt, you guys know how slow it was. Now there's no delay when you pull the bolt back either. So not only is the bolt pulling animation faster, but there's no delay. So we're going to look down our sights, the guy's going to pull the bolt back, and we could fire right away. I'm going to try and do it as quick as possible. Boom. It's so... oh, it's just so clean. Now, of course, you're going to be inaccurate if you try and shoot that fast, but you can time your shots. Boom. Look at that reticle close in. Boom. So you just wait that, like, little pause in between each shot, and you can fire again, and then you'll be good to go. It's very, very nice. Also, diving, standing back up, and shooting. You could literally shoot this weapon before you even stand back up. That's how great this weapon is. I don't know if you could do that with other weapons so far. I gotta test it out, but if you guys want to see some PvP gameplay with this thing, please let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Let me know what you guys think about this weapon. I mean, do you agree with me that you think it's one of the better weapons in this game now? I didn't think so before. Maybe I was a doubter. I just felt like I couldn't get the job done with it. I could do it in like the end of November when I had it, of course, when the game came out or online released, and then in December, but something changed in January and February. Maybe it was with that February 26th update. I just couldn't use this bolt action anymore. The hit detection seemed off and I just didn't enjoy using it, and that's why I use the Springfield so much. But now I think I'm back on the bolt action train. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos. This guy's escaping. Oh no.